Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Yoshimi Kato Enju VG10 Petty 150mm knife. So this knife, as it says in the name, has a core steel of VG10, full stainless steel. It's a pretty popular steel that's used in a lot of different knife lines. Heat treat on that core steel is about 61, 62, so they take it a little harder than some makers do. So you'll have increased edge retention. And what they have is a multi-layered soft stainless cladding, and they've done an acid etch to that, so that brings out the different shades, and you'll see the kind of gunmetal gray along with the shiny parts for the different composition materials. So a very striking knife. Really makes that pop. You can easily see where the sides of the blade are, and then it gets ground towards, and it's right where you see it, it gets ground towards the edge, so it's super easy to see that. And this also has a laser engraved kanji on it, so we'll get a little bit of a close-up to that in a minute. Weight on this is pretty light. It's 63 grams, or about 2.2 ounces. Handle's just one piece, octagonal oak. So nice fit and finish on this, nice warm feel, kind of complements the knife. They've done a good job sealing up where the tang goes into the handle. So nice fit and finish there. Oak's not particularly light, so the balance point's going to be a little bit further back. Its balance point's basically just right about there on this particular one, so fairly neutral. You'll see it's not very tall. It's kind of a standard height for this type of blade. Edge is about 150 millimeters or 5.9 inches from the tip to the back of the heel, and the overall length's about 275 millimeters or 10.8 inches with this handle. Spine, fairly stiff for the thickness of it, but the spine, I got about 1.75 millimeters thick spine all the way down. It's got a fair amount of polish to it, and then it thins out nicely towards the tip, so a nice high-performance tip. It's really thin, actually. That'll fly through stuff. And it's also quite thin at the edge, and you can see some polish on the choil there. Height is about 28.9, so not particularly tall. Not a ton of room for your fingers there, but you can always hold the knife handle off the edge of the cutting board if it's a little taller board, or off the edge of the countertop if necessary, if you need some clearance. Again, it's a very nice looking blade. So it's pretty striking. Might be a little hard to show because it's a little busy, but it's going to be really hard to show that. I don't know if I can, but there's some laser engraved kanji right there. It's probably about as good as I can do on it right there. It's a very busy finish, so it kind of disappears in there a little bit. Here's the left side of the blade. So this is your core steel. Here's your layers of cladding. You can see the acid etching. They've done a nice job polishing and rounding that spine and polishing and rounding that choil. So this is excellent fit and finish. This was a 7 out of 10 on my scale out of the box edgewise. It was a really nice edge. It's nicely crafted, kind of some polish to it, and very, very sharp out of the box. Again, it's fairly stiff for being how thin it is. Let's look at the cutting board profile, just in case you want to use it on the board. A lot of people do for various smaller tasks. So here's what it looks like on the board. And you'll see it just kind of a little bit of a stop area towards the back, not too high on the tip. I can get up in there. It's a little rock pretty nicely as well if you want to use it for that. Definitely other kind of styles as well. So pretty versatile profile on that if you want to use it for some general board work. So this is a very nicely done knife, real striking looking, all stainless, easy to care for, really nice looking blade. This is the Yoshimi Kato Enju VG10 Petty 150mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.